The upcoming Thomson Line will have 22 stations and will be opened in 3 stages from 2019. Stretching 30 kilometres long, the fully underground Thomson Line will be Singapore's 6th MRT line and is expected to cost $18 billion. This was announced by Transport Minister Lui Tak Yew on Wednesday.
The Thomson Line will add greatly to the accessibility and connectivity of our rail network, with interchanges to all our 5 other MRT lines. The line is expected to have a daily ridership of about 400,000 commuters in the initial years. When fully operational, we estimate that about 60,000 households will be within 400 meters of a station. Another 100,000 households will be between 400 to 800 meters of one of these Thomson Line stations. So all in, about 160,000 households as we know it today will be within about maybe 10 to 12 minute walk from one of these stations. So you have an additional option. So instead of now having to take a feeder bus or find a way to get to one of the stations along the north-south line, this 160,000 households can, I think, choose to walk to one of the Thomson Line stations as an alternative. And over time, as the areas around these stations are further developed, for example in the Mount Pleasant area, even more households will enjoy direct access to a Thomson Line MRT station.
The Thomson Line will serve commuters living along the north-south corridor. The 22 stations on the Thomson Line are Woodlands North, Woodlands, Woodlands South, Springleaf, Lentor, Mayflower, Sin Ming, Upper Thomson, Caldecott, Mount Pleasant, Stevens, Napier, Orchard Boulevard, Orchard, Great World, Havelock, Outram Park, Maxwell, Shenton Way, Marina Bay, Marina South, and Gardens by the Bay. Minister Lui said that the Thomson Line will include 6 interchange stations, which will allow commuters to switch to the East-West Line, North-South Line, North-East Line, Circle Line, and the future Downtown Line for better and faster travel options. For example, a commuter travelling from Sin Ming to Gardens by the Bay would only take 40 minutes compared to the 65 minutes required today. A student who is travelling from Sin Ming to Republic Polytechnic in the Woodlands would only take 25 minutes compared to the 50 minutes required today. Mr. Lui said that there were significant changes made to the preliminary alignment and plans to the original Thomson Line as outlined by the Land Transport Master Plan in 2008.
First, the Thomson Line will now be 30 kilometres, 3 kilometres longer than what we originally planned for back in 2008. Secondly, there will be 22 stations, an addition of 4 stations from that which was originally conceived. And thirdly, we have decided that the Thomson Line, instead of being a 3-car line, will now be a 4-car system, and that will give us additional capacity to cope with any increase in long-term demand. To accommodate these adjustments, we now expect Thomson Line to be ready from 2019 onwards, instead of the indicative timeline of 2018 that was originally envisaged in the Land Transport Master Plan.
And when we decide upon the alignment, we actually take into account various planning considerations. In the future, where would the residence centres be? Where would the employment centres be? And then we work out through using a transport model where the flow of people will be like. And what we do also is to try to follow the road all the way from the north right into the city, into Marina Bay. And in doing so, actually what we do is that we use as much state land as possible, and we cost as few acquisitions as possible. So for the whole of a 30-kilometre line, we have tried very hard to minimize the number of acquisitions.
To make way for the new Thomson MRT line, the government will acquire 4 full lots of land, including Pearls Centre in Eu Tong Sen Street, a post office along Upper Thomson Road, and 2 landed properties along Stevens Road and Robin Close. The Thomson Line will be open in 3 phases from the north to the south in 2019, 2020 and 2021.